Hi, this is Laura from LiveVisions.com. I'm really sorry. Let me make sure my volume is up. I had an emergency. Sorry, I wasn't on. I had a little bit of an emergency today, and I had to attend to that. So, let's see, here we go. Just wanted to go over. I know that this was, what, 9, 10, 11, 2.5 hours ago. So, sorry. Was not expecting to have to take care of something else. So, anyhow, I know I scheduled this for 9. Alright, let me just get my stuff here. Alrighty. So you guys are on. Thanks for coming in, those of you who came in. Sorry if it was short notice. Please like and share. Hi. Nice to see you too. I'm going to put an announcement on Facebook too that I'm live now, so people can know. Thanks for you guys. Alright, live now, publish. Alright, here we go, live now. YouTube, sorry, I'm just trying to get everything situated. Oh, here we go. Share on Facebook, here we go. Here we go, here we go, here we go. Facebook, okay, and then I'm going to do this on my, alright, I got my personal page and my other page, alrighty, hey Champagne, hey Nagora, how are you? Thanks for coming in. Sorry it was like such short notice. I wish that I could have. I'm going to do a few astrology questions too, but I'm also going to, I wanted you guys' opinions originally about some things I'm having going on right now. So, here, as we wait for people, I don't know how many people are going to come in because I'm like 2.5 hours late. So, hey Champagne, how are ya? Anyhow, I just wanted to go over some things that I have downloadable classes for half off for this week only, okay? So if you want classes that are downloadable, it's $75. Hey, Brother Jerry, thank you for coming in. Sorry about earlier. I had an emergency. But I do have downloadable classes. Oh, plug in. Plug in. Can you guys hear me? I hope you can hear me. Can you hear me? Please tell me, can you hear me? I have my volume up. Yep. Can you guys hear? Well, I guess if you can't hear, you would say something, right? Okay, awesome. Loud and clear, awesome. All right, so cool. I just wanted to, oh, there you guys are all coming in. Yay. So I just wanted to let you know that, sorry again for the emergency that I had that was unexpected. Hey, Hero of Winds. But I also wanted to let you know that I'm having a special this week on downloadable classes. They're normally $150, and you get like 6 download videos, and you get all the access to the students only section on the website, which is a crap load of teaching material. It's everything that is basically in my live class. It's just I'm not live teaching it. That's normally $150, and that's this week only $75, in which I will put, let me put another link here. I will put a link for you guys if you wanted to get that, if you wanted to learn the astrology. What was else I going to say? Oh, also, I'm going to be doing a webinar, and I wanted to know who would be interested before actually having the webinar. The webinar is going to be the 8th house, sexually speaking. Okay, so you're going to learn a little bit about your own charts with your partner's charts, compatibility, and all that jazz. So if you're interested in that webinar, and it'd be $30 a person. That's for the downloadable classes. I just put a link. If you're interested in that, let me know. It's $30 a person. So if you're interested in that webinar, let me know, and I will construct it and create a time. It will probably be like 9 p.m. sometime. I'll pick a day of the week, usually maybe like on Thursday nights, I think I might do it, but anyway. So that would be a webinar that I was going to do. 8th house, sexually speaking, we would go over your chart, your partner's chart, intimacy, what your chart shows. We may even talk about Mars and Venus in that as well, all right? So, again, those classes this week only. There's a little for sale button on there. I will be taking it down this week. Classes are downloadable. Classes are normally 150, and they're going to be 75 this week only. Okay. The special is still going on. Those of you who emailed me, is the special still going on? It is still going on. Okay. So if you want a special on a regular astrology, tarot, or psychic combo reading, or whatever it is, the special is still there. And I will put a link to that. So anyway, we're going to talk a little bit today, like we were talking the other day, about if you guys, you can ask questions today. If you had questions in regarding to your 7th house and where the rulers are, some of you maybe who've gone to astro.com and have questions, you can add them in. If you have a tarot question, we can look at that too. I figured we would do that as well. So, let me know. Hey, Brother Jerry. Okay, so let me look at some of the conversations here. Brother Jerry will date a person with Scorpio personality or Are you asking if Brother Jerry will date a person with a Scorpio personality or characteristics? I'm not sure. Okay, let's see. Hey. Okay, loud and clear. Wait. All right. Let's see. He says, no, I'll run away. Okay. So, anyhow, I'll just kind of go in regards to your 7th house and what it means in regards to the type of person you'd attract. Now, if you have Mars or Aries in your 7th house, let's go with that. Oh, hi from Japan. Hey, Joanne. I'm so happy you're catching me too. If you have Aries or Mars ruling your 7th house, you want someone who's assertive, who's a little bit aggressive. You're not looking for that shrinking violet, that shy person. You want someone who is someone who's assertive, aggressive, somebody who maybe doesn't take no for an answer. They can be the pursuer sometimes, especially when you have Aries or Mars in the 7th house. You know. Now, Mars in the 7th house generally can be somebody who's a little argumentative, somebody who's a little bit... And sometimes these type of partners, like foreplay, is considered a little argumentative. They like to have those little spats to get the blood going, you know. So that can be with Aries or Mars in the 7th. Now, I will tell you, if your 7th house cusp... Now, if you don't know... Let me just go over this really quick. If you don't know your 7th house cusp... Okay, let's put it this way. If you're an Aries ascendant, your 7th house is Libra. If you're a Taurus ascendant, your 7th house is Scorpio. If you're a Gemini ascendant, your 7th house is Sagittarius. If you're a Cancer ascendant, your 7th house is Capricorn. If you're a Leo ascendant, your 7th house is Aquarius. If you're a Virgo ascendant, your 7th house is Pisces. If you're a Libra ascendant, your 7th house is Aries. If you're a Scorpio ascendant, your 7th house is Taurus. 7th house is the partner type of person. All right. If your if your ascendant is Sagittarius, your 7th house would be Gemini. Okay. If your ascendant is Capricorn, your 7th house is going to be Cancer. If your ascendant is Aquarius, your descendant, your 7th house, is going to be Leo, okay? If your ascendant is Pisces, your descendant, your 7th house cusp, is going to be Virgo, okay? So that being said, let's talk a little bit about the marriage. And if you have questions or something, let me know. I'm going to do an 8th house webinar as well, but this is just a little... something for you guys, okay? So let's say that you have Taurus ruling your 7th house, okay? So that would be your Scorpio ascendant. And this type of person would be, you know, maybe interested in security and stability. You or the other person could be wanting security and stability. Sensuality could be really important to yourself or this person. They could have a heightened sense of taste, touch, smell. All of these things could be heightened for that person, okay? Now, this is usually a no-nonsense person. They usually don't like drama, okay? They're usually very grounded because it's an earth sign, you know what I mean? So we're just talking about somebody who said they have Mars and Aries. We're just talking about the 7th house here of relationships, okay? So anyway, we'll talk more about this, okay? So So that's more of a sensual sign, you know, and wherever you have your Venus is where you may meet that person, okay, whatever house that's in. So for Aries, if wherever you have your Mars is where you may meet that person for the 7th house, okay? Now, if you have, let's say, Gemini in the 7th house, wherever you have Mercury is where you may meet that marriage partner. Now, Gemini could be somebody who is really talkative, can talk about anything and everything. This person could be like a salesman. They're very good at talking. Your person would be very interesting, maybe intellectual type of person. You know, a lot of times with these people, the erogenous zone is the brain. Like, they want to be stimulated mentally, okay? That could be really huge to your partner. Now, if you look to where you have Mercury in your chart, as may show you where you may meet that person. But Gemini, you have to be careful because you or the other person could be indecisive in relationships. They could be like, well, I like this person, but I like that one. I can't make up my mind. I'm not sure. You know, it is an air sign, okay? Okay. And that is if you have a Sagittarius ascendant. Now, if you have, I want to say, what's the next one? So, Cancer. If you have Cancer, it means you're a Capricorn ascendant. So if you have Cancer in the 7th house, you're looking for somebody who's very nurturing. Your partner would be very nurturing, very caring, very loving. This person could be very much the homemaker, making you feel at home, making people feel at home, really doting on you maybe when you're sick, or, you know, and it depends what planets you have in there. This could add or take away to what I'm saying. But this person, wherever you have the moon, is where you may meet this person, okay, in your chart. Now, this person, I want to say, the home and family could be important to this person as well as taking care of the people in the home and family, okay? So 7th house Cancer. I'm just giving you a little synopsis, okay? All right, so we got Leo. If you have Leo ruling your 7th house, this is a person, you're attracted to a person who's like, when they walk into a room, everybody notices them. They can be good-looking, charismatic. You know, this person can be... you know, interesting, people grabbing people's attention, an attention getter, okay? This person can be dramatic in some ways. This person can be beautiful. This person can be, wherever you have your sun in your chart is where you may meet this person, okay? But again, like a showstopper type of person. The only negative thing about the 7th house with Leo, you have to make sure they're you have to make sure you or your partner is not about themselves, you know, because Leo can be, they're the most confident signs. You would attract someone who's really confident. Maybe that attracts you. You like someone who's confident and a go-getter, because Aquarius on the ascendant is very detached. Like, I could take it or leave it, you know. So it makes sense that you'd want someone who's very confident, fire sign, you know. And Aquarius likes groups and everything, and Leo attracts people. You know, so that makes sense why Aquarius would like this person, you know. So I would say that this person could be very confident, regal, royal type of person. They might like the best of things, you know. They could be very generous, you know. They could be very generous with you, especially if you have Leo ruling your 7th house. Or you could be generous with your partner as well. They want to be number one. If you make them an option instead of a priority, you're toast, okay? Just saying, all right? So if you have... okay, if you have Virgo ruling your 7th house, which makes you a Pisces ascendant, okay, so you were looking for someone who's detail oriented. Maybe on the negative side they could be critical, but on the positive side they could be goal oriented, detail oriented, organized, efficient. And not always, it depends on what else is in the chart. They could be service-oriented. They maybe like to do little things to show they care. Maybe they're like, you know, the way they show love could be, oh, well, I did all the stuff for you. I did all the errands and everything's done. I organized this for you, and everything's good. That's how they show they care, you know. So they may be, and they could be in the service industry, or like where they like to provide a service for others and, you know, help others in some way. They're usually organized and efficient. The only negative thing about these people, they could be too critical, not only of themselves, but maybe of you too. Or you could have that as well within that 7th house. You could play that energy out for yourself, okay? All right, so Scorpio on the 7th house, and you have a Taurus ascendant, would mean you're interested in someone who's very passionate, very sexual, very intense, okay? This would be kind of, sometimes this could be highs and lows in that relationship, because the intensity is so crazy, right? So when it's good, it's good. When it's bad, right? So let's say that you have wherever you have, let me see, yes. Oh, Virgo, by the way, wherever you have a Mercury is where you may meet that partner, okay? But for Scorpio, on the 7th house cusp, wherever you have Pluto, and then Mars could give you more information as well as to where you may meet that partner, because Scorpio has rulers, Pluto, and the co-ruler is Mars, okay? So there could be, you have to be careful of power plays with Scorpio ruling the 7th house, manipulation, jealousy, possessiveness, all of that on your part or the partner's part, okay? Because it can play out that way. Scorpio is very sexual, but this person can be one of these type of people who's alluring, you know, very intense, very passionate. Sex could be off the chain. Or you may attract partners who are very sexual, who are very alluring, intense in some way. These people usually aren't afraid of taboo subjects, maybe interested in astrology, metaphysics, and they research, finding out about things, investigations, you know, all that stuff. They could be interested in all that fun stuff, you know. So it just depends. But the negative side is manipulation, jealousy, power plays, you know, all that stuff. So be aware of that. Okay, Sagittarius on the 7th house cusp means you're a Gemini ascendant, and this person, wherever you have Jupiter, is where you may meet this person. This person could be foreign person. They could be different than some way. Philosophy, religion, their beliefs could be very important to them. They could have maybe a large moral compass. Again, depending on what planets are there as well, it gives more information. This person, I will say, the huge thing is they're different in some way. They could, and they may like outdoors. They may like animals. They may like to go bungee jumping, go hiking. They may love traveling, you know, things like this. This person could be very intellectual because Sagittarius is an intellectual sign, but they also do need some sort of freedom. They like their freedom to roam, to travel, and all that, okay? So that could be important to this partner. But wherever you have Jupiter, it can give you more information. And this is, 7th house is a first marriage partner. Whether you're on the 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th marriage partner, or whatever it is, 7th house is still going to always give you a flavor of the type of partners you choose, okay? But the 2nd marriage partner would be the 9th house, and then the 11th house for the 3rd marriage partner, and the 1st house for the 4th, and so on. It skips houses, okay, just so you know. All right, so 7th house cusp, again, is Capricorn, would be a Cancer ascendant, and you're looking for someone who's secure, who's stable. You're looking for someone who provides, who's a provider perhaps, because Capricorn can be the workhorse of the zodiac. These people may be workhorses. They may love their job. They may be the type of people who aren't so sensitive as much as you are, maybe. They could be a little bit, you know, they're very earthy. They're very practical. They're really looking at how can I provide, how can I be efficient here, and they may not show their emotions so readily as maybe a Cancer ascendant would. So I will say the 7th house Capricorn, you're looking for wherever you have Saturn at is where you may meet this person. But one other thing about having Capricorn ruling the 7th house, you could get married later in life. If you get married probably before 35, it may end in divorce. Okay, I'm just saying it can, because Capricorn delays or denies sometimes. So if you get married early, it could like deny that marriage. Like you don't know there are others to know about a partner, or they don't know others to know about you. And look for your Saturn for more information on that, okay? So 7th house Capricorn, or if you have Saturn in the 7th house, it also applies, all right? So I would say to you, yeah, this person could be older than you, mature for their age. You may attract older type of partners. But I will say that 7th house gets better after 35. So your relationship, love life could get better after 35. Maybe you didn't get married till late in life too. Sometimes Capricorn ruling the 7th can create like a later marriage. But a marriage after 35 can stand the test of time. It can be really rock stable, which is really nice. I know Saturn can suck when you're young, but when you're older, man, it gives you something really nice and stable, which is nice. So, and depending on all the planets, I know some people are like, well, that's not me, you know, but it just depends on what else you have in your chart, okay? I'm just giving you generals here. Now, if you have Aquarius ruling your 7th, meaning that you're a Leo ascendant, this is, okay, so if you have Aquarius ruling your 7th, you can meet your partner unexpectedly. They could be the type of person also, and wherever you have Uranus is where you may meet them, okay? Now, I will say that you could be attracted to eccentric types, people who are very different, go to the be their own drum, humanitarian types, you know, people who could be rebellious or rebels, okay? These people don't care, think, or what everyone else thinks, says, or does. They do their own thing, you know what I mean? So Aquarius can be very detached. They do need their space. I want to say if you're of a 7th house cusp Aquarius, you or your partner needs their space. And if you don't give the space, sometimes there could be makeup, breakup, okay? There could be ups and downs in a marriage, okay? But space is really important. It could be an unconventional type of marriage with Aquarius ruling the 7th house. Just saying. It could be some sort of like, we live together, we don't want to get married, okay? Or he travels all the time, I'm never home, we only see each other 3 days a week. And maybe that's cool for both of you because maybe you or the other person needs a lot of space, okay? Partner could seem detached at times, depending on what planets are in the 7th, okay? But this also applies if you have Uranus in the 7th house as well, okay? All right. So if you have Pisces in your 7th, which makes you a Virgo ascendant, these type of people, you could attract into your life spiritual types, creative types, okay? But you need to be careful that you don't attract science projects, people who have drug addictions, drinking alcohol, people who are looking for help in some ways, people who are outright liars or deceptive, okay? This could be quite beautiful, though, on another level. This could be so spiritual and, like, divine, and so, I want to say, because love with these people can transcend to spirituality and to, like, this beautiful bliss, you know? People with 7th house cusp Pisces can be in love with love. They can want the fairy tale, but sometimes the dream is better than the reality, okay? You could sometimes have rose-colored glasses in relationships, and you need to make sure you're looking at those relationships clearly, okay? You need to make sure, sometimes I see people with Virgo ascendant with Pisces on their descendant feel like I'm cursed. Every relationship I have is like there's always a problem or there's an issue, okay? What you have to look at is you're always... Pisces, wherever you have Pisces is where you serve or suffer, okay? So you're always going to get someone who needs help. You're going to need to be compassionate in some way, okay? You could also fall in love with a compassionate person, okay, as well. So you need to make sure that you're looking at partners from maybe a spiritual or creative standpoint, and maybe who are as compassionate to you as well, okay? Some people are like, oh my God, I don't know why I wanted to help this person, and all of a sudden then I got another guy I wanted to help, and then this happened, and then I got this guy had another, or girl, had another issue, and she was a science project, and oh my gosh, you know. And there's a discernment thing that you have to learn here. Are they a product of their, like, own bad decisions, and they're constantly putting themselves in detriment because of their own crappy decisions, or are they just in a situation temporarily? There's a difference. I live with my mom because I'm getting my house built, and my kids are living with her because I got divorced and I'm getting my house built, so for 3 months I live with my mother, okay? That's different than the guy that says I'm living with my mother because, you know, she does my laundry, makes my meals, and, you know, I don't have to pay anything. So you get my drift. You know, you really have to use discernment with Pisces ruling the 7th. It can make you fall in love with love, though, but on a good note, you can fall in love with a real romantic. You can fall in love with a guy who's going to sit and watch the chick flicks with you. Or a girl, you know, she can be in love with romance. These people love the flowers and the guy who goes out of their way and, you know, shows them and showers them and, you know, shows them a Hallmark movie, you know. If you watch the Hallmark movie channel or whatever it is, the romance channel, these people love that, okay? And they're looking for that. They want that to be a reality. We all know that can't be a reality, which is why the fantasy sometimes can be better than the reality, okay? And so anyhow, wherever you have Neptune is going to give you information where you may meet this person, and Jupiter can also give you more information on that person as well, because Neptune is the ruler to Pisces, and Jupiter is the co-ruler, okay? So I hope this helps you. Now let me see what else, if we got questions or what we're dealing with here. All right, somebody says... Alright. So we're talking straight about the 7th. Oh, Alligate, you're welcome. Did I do a reading for you? Did you book me, Susan, or Alligate? Did you book me and I sent one to you? If you liked it, I'm so happy you did. She says, thank you for your reading. It was awesome. They pray on the week too. My Mercury is in Sag too. Yeah, Mercury is in Cancer. Now, wherever you have Mercury is how you're going to communicate, how you're going to receive others, okay? So if you have your Mercury in a water sign, you probably think about what you say and how it affects people emotionally versus somebody who has their Mercury maybe in an earth sign, depending on what it is, you know, who can be a little cold and just very direct with what they have to say, or especially an air sign, you know what I mean? So somebody, you know, can get hurt by words that are said if you're with someone or dating someone. So sometimes I have to say, look, sometimes you have to meet each other halfway when it comes to your Mercuries. You know, the way you communicate versus somebody. Somebody could be actually hypersensitive. Let's take someone who has Mercury in Cancer and then somebody who has Mercury in Capricorn. I get so many people like, he doesn't love me. He doesn't tell me he loves me. Okay? That's a Mercury in Cancer person because they're verbalizing feelings. They like to verbalize feelings, right? Mercury in Capricorn is like, well, they just show it, you know, more like maybe they're a little bit to the point. They may not do the huggy, kissy, you know, I love you, smooch, smooch, smooch type of person, you know, but they're like, yeah, well, I told you I bought you the house. I told you I am providing. I told you, you know, I bought you the ring. I mean, you know, like, but they're not as verbal about their feelings. You know what I mean? They hold back. So the Cancer Mercury person's like, well, he doesn't love me because I need to hear the words. So it just depends. Everyone, you got to look at your moon. Your moon is your greatest need. So your moon compared to your partner's moon is huge. Huge. That's a big one. All right. Mars is really important too because Mars shows your energy, the type of energy you give off. And ladies, you have to watch that Mars because they say what you put out is what you attract, especially for women. Because women, our energy, what we're attracted to is Mars in a chart, right? Well, Mars is also your energy, whether you're male or female. It's how you use that energy. So let's say that I have Mars in Scorpio, which I don't, but let's say I did. And I'm like intense and sexual and passionate. Well, then maybe I'll attract that person, that same type of person to me with my Mars in Scorpio. But if I'm manipulative, controlling, obsessive, I may attract that same type of energy back to me, which may not be really good in the long run, okay? So however, especially ladies, however you're using that energy, you're attracting the mirror back to you. Be careful, all right? Men, it's your Venus. So whatever you're attracted to is your Venus, right? But your Mars is how you go about attracting her, so it's a little different, right? Venus, male or female, is how love's going to play out, right? So, anyway, it's all interesting, you guys, all right? Any books about astrology that I could recommend? Oh, my God, I have a whole crap load of books. But I have, actually have it right here. Hold on, under my classes, I have, if you go on the website, under live classes, I have books that are, did I take it down? I don't know. Oh, I used to have it on there, books that are recommended but not required. Because you know what, I have all the reading material on my website. So I took it down. But yeah, let me see if I wrote it on here. Oh yeah, I did take it down. I had a whole slew of books. There's tons of books that you can get, I'm telling you. But off the top of my head, I mean, there's like 10 of them that I think that... There's one on the nodes, too, that is really great, that tells you how you affect each other with the nodes, which is very rare to get. It's a hard book to, you know, there's not a lot of books on the nodes. But yeah, so there's actually tons and tons. I think I have a whole bookcase of astrology books. So... a lot of them are good, you know what I mean? But I like synastry books. I like how you affect each other and all that. Those are books that interest me personally. But my advice to you, because I have a lot of this teaching material on the website already, so if you book a class or if you book a downloadable class, either a live class or a downloadable class, you're going to have access to the students only section. And it's like 10 pages of material of learning and teaching, and you're going to learn the charts, you know, the signs, the planets, the houses, what all that means, basic astrology. You're going to learn, you know, rulerships. You're going to be learning, I want to say, how to read a chart, aspects. In my basic astrology class, I do have aspects included in that, which most astrologers have separately, okay? I just have a little easier way of teaching it. But all of that is on the website, and how to interpret is also on there. I have YouTube videos that you guys have access to, private YouTube videos that nobody else has access to that you do. I have, the definitions are all spelled out and all that. So I've been told by my live classes that what I have for the students only section on my website is really well placed and comprehensive, that what they would do is I would give them pages, you need to study here, study these pages, and then as we're in class, people are like, those study pages really were good. But anyway, there's a lot of books. Will I reinstate the books on my website? I don't know, because I'm not sure if I'm going to or not, plug books, because my website is becoming ginormous. My website is over 100 and some pages, and every page is becoming, I'm trying to condense pages so it gets to the nuts and bolts of what I'm looking at, so people aren't confused by more information. I may do a video. I may do a video on the books. I'll do a video. How about that? I'll do a video on books that I recommend. I've had so many bosses inappropriately engage me. Wow. Mother Goose Keeper, do you have Scorpio on the 7th house? Curious. Mars is dignified in Aries, high sex drive. Yes. Well, Mars in Aries goes for what they want. I always say, Mars is your sex drive, and I always say, if you have, for women, it's their Venus, because Venus is, for a woman, is how she shows love, how she attracts a partner, and how she is intimately too. And you got to look at your 8th house too, okay? But let's say your 8th house is Aries and the guy has his Mars in Aries or whatever, or if the woman has Mars in the 8th house, I always say foreplay is, the idea of foreplay with Aries is brace yourself, because they don't really need much, they're already ready before they're ready. So, yeah, it's funny. All right, let's see. If you're a Cancer, you cannot have a Libra ascendant. Oh, no. If you're a Cancer sun, right, we're looking at I'm a Cancer sun. If you're a Cancer and a Libra ascendant, then your descendant would be Aries. So, yes. In Western, I'm a Scorpio rising. In Vedic, I'm a Libra. Yeah, I'll be honest with you. People ask me about Western and Vedic, and I don't think one is better than the other or one is worse. It's kind of like, the way I'm going to describe it is this. Have you ever done algebra or whatever, and you find a way to do a mathematical problem, and you're simplifying, shortcutting formulas, okay, to get the correct outcome. But the outcome is correct, okay? The main synopsis is correct. But the way of doing it can be different. Somebody's using the long form, somebody's using the short form. That is basically Vedic and Western. I don't think one is, some people are like, this is wrong then, or this is right. It's not one is wrong or right. They both come with different, you know what I mean? And as you guys know, I've talked to Kapil many times, and I was curious about stuff too. My signs are different for Vedic than it is Western. But it all comes out the same. It really just does still describe me as a person, but in different planets. You know what I mean? It's really weird. But it still describes me. So I hope that kind of helps you. A descendant in Libra. That's nice. So you're looking, if your descendant is Libra, you're looking for someone who's beautiful, somebody who's balanced, somebody who's classy, 7th house Libra is somebody who's not tacky, somebody who has grace, who is, somebody who's very classy. Somebody who's tacky and trashy, you're like, oh, hell no. You know what I mean? But Libra may be indecisive, too, about picking a partner, picking a person. You know what I mean? So Libra's the scales. Well, they keep thinking too much in their head. I see this side, I see that side, this and that, So, yeah. But, somebody who's beautiful, and you look for your Venus. Wherever you have Venus is where you may meet that person. But it's confusing because their houses change. Okay, the houses don't change. There's 12 houses. They don't change. It just depends on what kind of thing you're doing. You know what I mean? So some people use equal house systems, which I don't do. Okay, and some people, I don't do that. I'm tropical Placidus chart is what I do. And basically, it just shows like the second house might be bigger than the first house. And if the houses are bigger, that means it's going to be more of a focus for you in your life, okay? Just because you don't have planets in a house, it just means that you're not going to be dealing crap with, sometimes it just means you're not going to be dealing with crap in that house. It doesn't mean it's going to be, oh, this is going to be bad for me. Some people are like, I don't have any planets, so it must be shitty. No, that's not true. So that's what I can tell you. So, yeah, it depends. Some people use equal house systems. I don't. I use, tropical Placidus. So, let's see. What is your descendant? Who are you asking, Maggie? Me? Okay. Yeah, the houses don't change. Just so you know, the houses are what the houses are. You know what I mean? And I teach you what the houses mean. But what planets and the signs fall in those houses is important. Like in a natal chart wheel, all right, we have certain planets that rule each house, okay? But with the time you were born, your planets and your signs are falling in that wheel, right? So like I'm an Aries sun, right? Conjunct Venus. Exact. But the 8th house is the house of Scorpio. So a lot of people have said to me, oh, are you Scorpio? Are you a Scorpion? No. But I have that quality about me because my Aries sun and Venus are in the 8th house. The 8th house is the home of Scorpio. We learned that in class, that the home of the signs and the planets means a lot. So that's why I say when I do these astrological forecasts and things monthly, we're all snowflakes, and we may be going through this. That's why I say especially your ascendant sign. Watch your ascendant sign. Because if you're an Aries, that sun sign could be anywhere in that chart. It could be any place, But if you're an Aries ascendant, then I know exactly where those planets are falling transit-wise. You know what I'm saying? So that gives me more information. Because we are all snowflakes, right? So not every Aries has their sun in the 8th house. Like I will tell you, what was it? A year or so ago, within the last couple of years, people who have Virgo ascendants, okay, and have had Uranus and Aries in the 8th house, could have had unexpected surgery on something. Virgo ascendants, because I know exactly where that Uranus transit is hitting, and it's hitting Aries. And if let me put it to you this way. If you are an Aries sun, especially, and you have a Virgo ascendant, in the last couple of years, if you had Uranus transiting that 8th house, hitting that sun, it could have caught, or if you have Chiron in that 8th house too, it could have triggered an unexpected like surgery or something like this, So, but it just depends, Blue Angel, if you're not an Aries sun, you may not have been triggered that way. But do you see how it just depends? Not all Aries had surgery, not all Aries would, but Virgo ascendants with that sun in that 8th would have been triggered by that transiting Uranus. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I'm saying. It's kind of confusing, but if you take the class, it'll make more sense to you, and you'll be able to look at your own chart. Is your ascendant the same as your rising sign? Yes, the ascendant is the rising sign. It's the same thing. It's used synonymously. Descendant is also used as the 7th house cusp. Descendant is your 7th house, right? Ascendant is the same thing, right, as your rising. It's not a silly question. That's normal. Uranus is transiting your 1st house. Okay, that means that if Uranus is transiting your 1st house, that means that either you're a late degree Pisces ascendant or you're an Aries ascendant, okay? And that means that Uranus is changing you as a person, making you more rebellious, making you really want change in your life, making you want to transform probably your status in some way. You know what I mean? Because we have the Uranus-Pluto square. So that tells me that Pluto would have been near your midhaven. Midhaven is also your 10th house, okay? Our cusp. Midhaven's the cusp there. So, yeah. 7th house is not a planet. There's difference. There's planets. Mother Goosehopper asked me. 7th house is not a planet. 7th house is, there's 12 houses in the zodiac, in your chart, okay? There's planets, there's houses, and there's signs, okay? So they're all different. So the house is different. Now, whatever planets fall in that house, see, the house means something. 7th house is marriage. It's other people. It's business partnerships, right? But whatever planets fall in that house tells me a lot about how your business is going to be handled, or your business partner would be. And the ruler Or if there's planets in that house as well, it can give me more information about that partner. But the ruler to that house, wherever that's placed, can tell me where you may meet this person, how they may affect you, all of that. It gives me more information. Alrighty. I'm sorry, Roxy. Oh my God, I'm so sorry you hurt your back. Roxy, I hope you feel better. But if you guys would like to take a class from me, all right, let me know in the comments below. If you want a live class from me, I may be doing one in October, all right? Classes, basic astrology classes, usually like Thursday nights, you know, from like 9 to 10 or whatever. It's usually every Thursday for 4 weeks, so it's 4 Thursday nights, all right? And classes are usually $200. I may have a special before then, I don't know. But right now, no. Because it's really involved for me, you know, there's a lesson plan, all that other stuff. And classes are recorded, so if you miss a class, the videotape will be sent to you if you miss a class. Those are for live classes, all right? Now, if you want right now on download, classes on download, to watch like the videos I've already done and the students only section on the website and have everything for you, all the study materials on the website for you and everything like that, that's normally $150, but it's $75 right now. So if you want those classes, you can book them this week, because that $75 is only for this week, okay? But if you want a live class, leave a comment below, and if I get at least 10 students saying that they want a live, because it's not worth it for me to be like 4 Thursday nights cutting out for like 1 or 2 people. It's just crazy. But if I get at least 10 people saying, yeah, I want that live class, I'll probably do it in October, and it'll be for 4 weeks. Put a comment below. I'll put it together, and I'll put a link. All right. Okay. Let's see. Oh, thank you, Roxy. So, also, I want to let you know, I may be doing a webinar on the 8th house, sexually speaking. I'm going to talk about planets in the 8th house rulers between you. We could talk about yourself and your partner, what it means for each person. So it's going to be about $30 a person. If you're interested, it's called 8th house, sexually speaking. Let me know if you're interested in a live class. Say, I'm interested in a live class, and let me know underneath this video, and I'll get back to you. Or if you want to, or better yet, shoot me a message. No, leave a message under the video so I can figure out how many people are interested. And then if you're interested in the webinar, the 8th house, sexually speaking, let me know. Mother Goosehopper, okay, great. All right, Blue Angel, all right. Cool beans. So what I would do for you guys then is email me. Go to the home page on the website, home. If you go to home and click contact, shoot me an email with your email address. So I'm going to give you guys details on the live class, all right? If I do have it, if I get 10 people, or if you want the webinar, let me know the webinar. So if I get enough people for the webinar, I'm going to shoot you guys an email and say, hey, this is what it is. The webinar is only going to be like $30 a person, all right? But the classes are more involved, you know? Sometimes, just so you know, the classes are set for an hour for four weeks, you know, so an hour each week on a Thursday night. But usually, I'm going to be honest with you, I tend to sometimes go overtime, you know, especially if people have questions and stuff. So, and it's all recorded, so if you miss a class, a video is sent to you, all right? You see my computer screen as we look at charts and we talk about planets and signs and all that other stuff, okay? So you will see my screen as we talk. So shoot me an email. Go to home, click contact, and let me know if that, you know, which class you're wanting, the webinar or the live class. So anyhow, what happened, Roxy? I see people talking and I'm like talking too. So let me see. Oh my God, I broke my toes today and sprained my ankle. Oh my God, everybody's been weird since the eclipse. I've been narcoleptic, so sleepy, and I have unexpected things going on in my life. I'm like, what the heck? Yeah. Yeah, I'm so sorry. I hope you feel better. See, when you said, I've heard having Scorpio in Neptune, you mean Neptune in Scorpio, which I and my husband both have had. It can be quite challenging. Any thoughts? Depending on the house it's in, but it can also be very psychic, very intuitive psychic placement, I will say. Yeah, depending on what house that is as well. You know, let me see. Because the house gives me more information on how it may play out. I have no idea what I did. Oh. Roxy, you're so funny. Yeah, this eclipse has been a little nuts for me as well. And Mercury retrograde, information's just trickling in my life. And I'm like, what the crap? What the crap? What the crap? What am I going to do? Oh, my God. So anyhow, I'm like, yeah. People, just so you know, people who have Moon conjunct Neptune, or, especially, or you have Pisces ruling your sixth, or you have Neptune in your sixth, can have allergies, can have bad allergies, and sometimes it could be sensitive to chemicals, or sensitive or allergies to perfumes or foods or all that stuff. And then usually a natural remedy is probably better for these people who have that in the sixth house. Or if Neptune is transiting your sixth house, or Pisces is ruling your sixth, or you have Neptune in the sixth, it could be something that's difficult to diagnose, but a lot of times it turns out to be something allergic or something natural that natural healing helps, But Neptune can create confusion as to a health issue, like they can't figure it out. But a lot of times you may have to do your own little research. That happened to me. I had Neptune, transiting my sixth, and I was like, couldn't figure out what the hell. I went through so many tests, and then I put in my symptoms online. I'm like, what the hell? And it said something about yeast, and yeah, prior to my pregnancy, allergic to yeast. I became allergic to yeast, and I got pregnant, and then I was able to eat bread again and everything else again. It's so weird what pregnancy does to your body. And then I'm able to eat it again. It's so weird. And now, after I had my daughter, I get, allergies from coffee or tea, which I'm addicted to this day, and I still have to stop. If you ever notice, sometimes in my live stream, my eyes are red or watery, and I'll, have puffiness here. And that's from, I probably had coffee or tea or something, and I cannot have that anymore. I'm like, what the heck? And it was after the pregnancy. And then it was weird after my daughter, too. I can't have, cheese either. Oh, I'm freaking out. The full moon directly on my natal sun in the 12th house. So was that the eclipse, or was that the next full moon that we're having? This next full moon that we're having in Pisces? That could just bring something to the surface if it's the full moon lottery winner person. If that's the full moon, that it could just bring something out that was hidden. That could be it. Look for Jupiter. Wherever you have Jupiter, look, that'll give you more information. Yeah, for some reason, I could have coffee or an iced tea. I used to like iced tea all the time, and I was drinking it the other day, remember? Because with my daughter, I'm so tired. I'm working at night, plus I'm taking care of her in the day. I'm tired all the time, and I need something. And I'm very sensitive to, chemicals. I'm very sensitive to any kind of medicine and things like this, so I try not to. But I'm telling you, I nurse coffee throughout the day. I'll have one glass, or use Starbucks thing, a little of this. And I'm telling you, oh my God, I'll just get puffy. My eyes will become super itchy. Or have you ever felt like you had sand in your eye? Oh my God, that's the worst. And then I can't wear my contact lens, I'm like, oh my God. So, yeah. So, yeah, I think this, the last eclipse that we had is teaching me kind of a lesson about that coffee and tea. And I'm having to, cut it out. And because it was in my 6th house of health. So I'm like, okay, universe is trying to tell me something here. So, all right. Yep. Full moon in Pisces. Pisces can bring something to an ending that maybe it was deceptive. Maybe that was... And I have the full moon video, tarot and astrological up, so go look at that, okay? But it can bring an ending to something that you didn't know, something that was deceptive, something that you believed, or maybe you were deceiving yourself or felt deceived by another. It can bring that to either up or clear that up for you with that full moon in Pisces, or it can create endings in the house it's in because of deception. You know, that could be too. Or, you know, Pisces can also be ending to an illusion too. Like, you know, we're not seeing something clearly, you know. So it just depends on what house that is. You know, Roxy, I have problems with dry eyes too, and to the point where it was affecting my vision at one time. And they gave me drops to use, but I'm telling you, those things don't really help that much. And they said that's where the contact lenses for a while, which is wear your glasses, blah, blah, blah. And I'm telling you, the dry eyes for me has to do with that coffee. I think it has to do with my allergies. I really do. But, yeah. You know, I tried caffeine-free tea, and it's still... I'm almost wondering if it's sugar or something. I don't know, but I get, like, itchy eyes, and it's horrible. Oh, I'm sorry, Mother Goosehopper. Just know that... How did you make that blue? Let me go to my thing. Unless you did a private thing. Let's see. Did somebody do a super chat? See if they did. Oh, hi, lottery winner. Thank you so much. If you have a question, let me know. Yeah, I was like, it's blue. It comes up blue. It's all highlighted, and it said that you donated. Thank you so much, lottery winner. I appreciate that. Yeah, and my phone didn't notify me, but it will. If you have a question, let me know. Those of you who do super chat and make a donation, if you have a question, I will run it for you. He's like, well, it doesn't matter, Brother Jerry. It's still the thought that matters, you know. I'm appreciative. Oh, I didn't know how it works. Brother Jerry knows how it works. I have no idea how super chat. All I know is if somebody makes a donation, you know, if you have a question, I will tend to you first. But thank you. That was nice of you. That was really nice of you. Yeah, you know what? You're the first person to do that. That was really nice of you. Thank you. Yeah. So if you have a question, let me know. How is the job? Yeah. So, but yeah, hopefully, and I'm thinking you guys, just so you know, classes, the more you have in the more people you have in the class. Oh, Mother Goosehopper, that's so nice of you. Thank you. The more people that you have in the class, the more fun it is. It really is. Because I know we had the last class I had, it was like a Valentine's, and I'm like, oh, this is awesome. Mother Goosekeeper, that's so nice of you. Full moon in Pisces directly on my natal Saturn, and Pisces in the 12th house, transiting Neptune in the same house. Wow. So, my natal Saturn and Pisces in the 12th house. Okay. So, something's coming to an end that's karmic for you if it's hitting your natal Saturn, transiting Neptune. In the same, well, Neptune is in the same house, but look at Jupiter, because Jupiter is a co-ruler of Pisces. So wherever you have Jupiter, lottery winner, that's going to give you even more information. You know? And Mother Goosekeeper, write your question. I think that's great, Harold. I'm so happy that you got the job. That's awesome. Yes, it was meant for him, Roxy. I agree. Okay, second house. All right, so something behind the scene is coming to an end, a resolution or a culmination that's karmic, all right? Behind the scenes that has a lot to do with your second house of earned income, okay? Now, where do you have Venus, lottery winner? Because Jupiter is in Libra, and Venus rules Libra. So tell me where you have Venus. I'm telling you, it's like a puzzle when we do these transits. Pluto and Saturn in the 5th house. Pluto and Saturn in the 5th house is this bad. It's very karmic. Pluto and Saturn in the 5th house can be very karmic time kind of energy, you know, transformative. You know, and it's in Capricorn. So this, you know, Saturn can create restrictions, it can create limitations. Pluto creates changes, you know. Pluto and Saturn could be very intense energy, I'll tell you that. Very intense. I wouldn't say it's bad, but it can be very transformative and extremely intense. And the 5th house is children, romance, you know. Oh, thank you, Roxy. Page of Cups, Pisces Ascendant. Southwest Transit. Okay, Venus is in the 1st house, so, all right, something karmic, unexpected, behind the scenes, ending, coming to a culmination or resolution in regards to your finances that affect you as a person, or finances that affect you as a person, or finances that are coming to you, maybe that you're expecting. That's how I read that. All right. Thank you, Mother Goose. Did Mother Goosekeeper, did you write your question? Let me see. I'm looking to see. Will I find a job? Let me go get you next. All right, let's see. Will I find a job? Will I find a job? Mother Goosekeeper, will she 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 find a job? I'm feeling a yes on this. I'm getting that you're going to get something. An offer is going to be coming to you, you know, so I'm getting it's good. Let's see. Thank you, Lord. You mentioned a behind the scenes karmic makes complete sense. I'm glad that helped you out. Oh, you're welcome. You're welcome, lottery winner. Yeah. If you want, here, I'll put the link. Hold on. I will put the link if you want to book me, because I still have the special going on. So if you wanted it at a discount, here, wait. There it is. There it is for the discount if you wanted that. Okay. Alrighty. Thank you. And thank you for the donation. That was really nice of you. Mother Goosehopper and lottery winner. That was really nice of you. Another reader told me it could be 25 or 45. Okay, funny, right? I don't know how a person could say, okay, it says, you remember you told me a Gemini coming in. Another reader told me he could be 25. I don't know how they could say astrologically or tarot-wise the age of the person unless they're psychic. But, yeah, I mean, I don't know. I can't get the age unless I'm getting, like, something specifically being said in my head, like a song or, like, I don't know, it means something to you. Okay, I want stability in a relationship, Moon and Taurus, but I also want passion. You're welcome, lottery winner, you're welcome. She is psychic, okay. That makes sense. I want a partner and a guy that I can express himself. If for people let us make money doing what we love. He works, he loves. A guy that I can. She says, I want a partner and a guy that can express himself. Tip her people. Let us make money doing what we love. Okay. He works, need moms. Yeah, he could be your son, Roxy, too. Yeah. Yeah, you gotta go with your gut on that. Sometimes maybe they misinterpret it wrong, too. They can misinterpret it. Alicia. Alright. I don't know who's who. But I think they're just informing me right now of the donation. Okay. So those of you who donated, thank you so much. I really appreciated it. I didn't even think about Super Chat. But yeah, those of you who want me to look at something like right away, you can do Super Chat and I will take you. Sure, Hair of Winds, no problem. Random card for Hair of Winds. Random card. Give me a random card for Hair of Winds. Give me a random card for Hair of Winds. Random card. Random card. Hey, Alicia, how are you? Random card for Hair of Winds. Random card. Random card. Random card for Hair of Winds. Random card. You're waiting for your ships to come in. 3 of Wands, waiting for those ships to come in. That could be that job. You're waiting for that money to come in, those ships to come in, all that hard work to pay off. And, you know, maybe you really busted your butt to have, you know, to get that job. And I know you have. So this is you waiting for your ships to come in. That's what I'm seeing. Or travel. That's travel. But I think your ships to come in. All right. Well, you guys, I want to say thank you so much for coming in, and I want to apologize for being later. They had that emergency. I'm like, what the heck? So, but yeah. So anyway, I wanted to let you know. I will put a link here. Oh, Mother Goose, no problem. Mother Goose, I just want to say thank you for the donation. That was really sweet of you. I'm also going to be putting in another link again. Those of you who are looking to book a class. That's discount. I mean, that's a discounted rate for the reading. Any kind of reading you're wanting is discounted right now. And then those of you who want a downloadable class, right here, I will put a link. Now, if you want a live class, email me. If you want a live class, write it down here and then email me that you want either the webinar on the 8th house, sexually speaking, or if you want a regular live class in October, if you want to be part of that. That class is usually $200 a person, but it's really worth it because it's usually an hour. We may go over the time. It's 4 sessions every Thursday night about 9 to 10 o'clock. And, yeah, and there's all this teaching material on the website. There's a ton, which is, see, everything that you need is on the site. So you don't have to buy any books, nothing. It includes basic astrology and aspects are included in it, okay? So when you're done, you should be, by the end of class, we usually do, I had it where we were doing personal charts with each other. Then I didn't like that because people were like freaking out with stuff people were saying about them and all this. So I'd rather do a celebrity chart at the end, and then we go over that chart and you guys read the chart, you know. So at the last class, we're like, you're able to read, okay? But you're going to learn a lot about yourselves. We talk a lot about love, sex, Venus, Mars, you know, all of that. And people usually love that class. Last Valentine's, we did the sexually speaking thing in class. And with Venus, Mars in the 8th house, we talked all about that. And it was around Valentine's. And people really love that. So anyway, if you want a class, let me know. Or if you're interested in the webinar, let me know, okay? If you want a live session from me, I will put it up one more time. Between these 2 links, I'm like, oh my gosh. So, alrighty, here we go. All right, and I will talk to you guys soon. If you want to know, just so you know, I have up the September 6th moon is already up. Astrology and tarot, that's already up. And I already have the September 20th, I believe it's the 20th, new moon that's coming up too. And that is via astrology. The tarot one is not up yet. So if you want to check those out, please feel free. All right, so I'll see you guys next time. Thank you so much for coming in, and thanks for those donations. I really appreciate it. Talk to you soon. Bye-bye.